So checking my phone, we have a radio interview at 11. They're going to call in 7-8 minutes. Let's get on and popping. Let's see what they have to ask us and what we have to say.
We begin with it doesn't get much more important of a subject than this. It is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and Kevin is on. He has a personal story to tell, and he's told it to a lot of people since then. And Kevin, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, there we go. I am well, sir. You've been doing good work since your own experience with trying to end your life. Can you talk about that at the outset?
Absolutely. In the year 2000, because of immeasurable pain, I call it lethal emotional pain. That phrase was coined by Dr. John Draper of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That's what led me to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge at 19. I was merely a child. I couldn't see the forest through the trees. I couldn't see that I would someday lead a beautiful life with beautiful people surrounding me and hope in my heart. And I thought I had to die, and I made the greatest mistake of my life, and I leapt off that bridge. And 99% of the people who do that no longer get to ever tell their stories. And
I was going to ask you that question.
Yeah, and their families never get to see them again, and a lot of those families never get to bury a body in a casket. It's very tragic how it happens, and I am so grateful to be a cog in the wheel of an effort that my father restarted to raise a net and rail at the Golden Gate Bridge to stop the suicides there, which, by the way, is being built right now. And as of 2021, not one more gorgeous human being will ever again die off the Golden Gate Bridge, and that is a beautiful thing.
That is a beautiful thing. And as you've really gone around the country, Kevin, and talking about your story and other people's stories that might be just like it, how important is it for us to talk more about suicide?
Well, the best thing we know about storytelling and how we can talk about it in a proper and safe way is that there are these things called sticky memories in our brains, this neuroplasticity in our brains. When I tell a story in public, or when you or anyone tells a story, you as a radio host, me as a speaker, and my friends as speakers, when we tell stories that involve pain, but triumph over that pain and a light in the end of the tunnel and finding recovery, that sparks something in people who are listening to go do the work and change and save their own lives. This neuroplasticity to the brain is the art and science of storytelling, and we have quantified the data behind our storytelling efforts between my wife and I, and it is amazing to see the response we have with the ability that lived experience and lived expertise, people who've been there through the trenches, come out on the other side, who are not clinicians, but who are young and old people alike, who have these phenomenal stories of triumph over great adversity, have the power in their words to change and save lives forever, which is fascinating.
And one thing that I've heard from professionals in this arena, Kevin, is that if you have any question about whether someone you know or someone you don't know is considering taking their life, you should ask that question.
You should, and we have this motto. It's called CNQR, or Conquer Your Pain. Courage to talk about your mental health, normalize the conversation, ask the questions, are you suicidal and have you made a plan to take your life? It doesn't put the thought in their mind, that's a myth. It gives them permission to speak on their pain. And R stands for recovery, as in we're living proof. And that CNQR, if you text right now, if you're in crisis of any kind, to CNQR to 741-741, the crisis text line, one of the leaders in the field of prevention, you will get to a counselor, a trained counselor, within 3 to 7 minutes, someone who's willing to be with you until the duration of your pain has found a way to safety. So we're very excited about that. And of course, the National Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255, +1 for military, which they're looking to change into a 3-digit number soon. But they're both resources that can help change your life forever. And I want to tell you, we have something that we're doing right now, my wife and I, through media. Media, as you know, is the fastest way to reach anybody right now. Well, our video media is taking shape and form on youtube.com/Kevin Hines. And right now there's a video called Please Stay that is changing people's lives because it's asking people to look in the mirror and reverse their negative inner critical voices, which if you can conquer your negative inner critical voice, which comes from every negative, spiteful, hateful thing that's ever been said or done to you, you can defeat suicidal thinking so you can survive.
Well, we're talking about all kinds of different kinds of recovery here, Kevin. How did you recover from that that trip over the Golden Gate Bridge?
I'm in recovery every day. I still have hallucinations, paranoias, delusions, depressions, and manias. But I have built a support network around me of people that I love and people that love me, who have come from all walks of life, including my family members and other people, to say that when I'm suicidal, which is regular, I chronically live with these thoughts, that I fight them by telling people 4 simple but effective words: I need help now. And when I say that, I've been grateful that people are willing to listen. And if it's the first person I go to says, look, I can't help you, it's too much for me, I go find somebody else willing to hear my pain so that I don't have to burden it all by myself.
It's an amazing story that you were able to survive this. And just for most of us citizens who, what's our best line of defense to take care of people who are feeling sometimes like you?
One of the best things out there right now is something that was studied in the 1970s and created by a man named Jerry Motto. Jerry Motto created these things called the caring letters. He was a psychiatrist all those years ago, and a darn good one. And he and his team studied the caring letters in Veterans Affairs, where they would send letters after psych patient visits. After the inpatients were outside in the regular world, they would send them letters periodically and then regularly saying, hey, we care about you. We're wondering how your recovery is doing. And what that did was it became one of the only proven ways to reduce suicides. That and reduction of access to lethal means, like putting a net up on a bridge. And Jerry Motto fought for the bridge net 30 years ago with Eve Meyer and a handful of other people in the original fight for the bridge net and rail. But these caring letters were proven to save lives. If you love someone who is who is in denial of their pain and is not doing well and is not getting better, one of the best things you can do is create a reiteration of those old caring letters and write them things like 3 to 5 people in the family. Write them something like how much they love them, how compassionate you are toward them, how much of a lack of a judgment you have for them, how much empathy you hold for them, and all the signs, symptoms, and triggers that you are worried about, and let them know you care. What this does, Pat, is show them you care, not go in one ear and out the other. And in Canada, a group brought in these caring packages to add to the caring letters, and these are the favorite things of what people loved in these packages, plus the letters that were mailed physically. When they got these things in the mail, they were blown away by how much emotion it set in, that they mattered to people and that their lives mattered and that they held value.
That is a very good thing indeed. And Kevin Hines, glad to talk to you about your experience during National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. And thank you for the very doable things that you just talked about. Please remind us of your website.
My website is youtube.com/Kevin Hines, 300 plus videos, all mental, brain, mind, behavioral health help for people in need.
Very good. Appreciate you continuing to do the good work, sir.
Take care. Thank you.
That is Kevin Hines, and has really put his life.
I've really put my life out there for people to see and find hope and healing and recovery. That rhymed. Yay, that's how we'll end the vlog. Bye, guys.